Hi everyone, welcome back to Conquer College Admissions YouTube channel. My name is Julie Kim and I am a graduate of USC and Harvard University, now mentoring and guiding high school students to get accepted into their dream Ivy Leagues and top tier using their passion and using what they truly love. So welcome to my channel if you're here for the very first time, and if you are here for the first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I release videos every week. And today in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 tips that you can use to create the best college list. I get so many questions from students and parents asking, how do we create a college list? And how do we know that this list is going to serve us well, right? So I'm going to teach you 5 ways to do it. These are pretty unique tips that have worked really well for my students, and so let's go ahead and get started. Before I share the 5 tips with you, I want you to understand that building a college list and writing out the colleges that you would like to apply to eventually, this is an investment. It's not something that you can take lightly. And I say this because I see so many students where they just try to add as many colleges as possible and apply to as many places as possible. And it really doesn't work that way. And I use the dating analogy to talk about this, right? Like, you're not going to be okay with dating everyone in this world. Like, not everyone's going to be a great fit for you. And you probably have a set of standards and values that you would like to see in your girlfriend or boyfriend or partner. My very first tip for building your best college list is to know what you want academically and personally. A lot of students talk about, I want this kind of a lifestyle, or I want to join this club, or I want to be in this kind of a city. While all of those things are very important, you are essentially going to college or a university to study, to dive into your academic interests so that they can turn into your desired career. And that's why I always separate these values into 2. One for academic values and academic preferences, and another one for your personal preferences and values. So academically speaking, what is it that you want to major in? And does your college have that? And do you enjoy being in a classroom in a lecture style format? Or do you like to have really meaningful discussions with other classmates and professors? So these things are very important because we all learn differently. I, for example, do not learn well when there's a lot of people in one room. And that's why when I decided to transfer from UCLA to USC, it was a no-brainer for me because I really didn't like that most of the classes I were taking, actually all of the classes that I were taking were in a lecture style classroom setting, which I absolutely didn't like. And so when I went to USC and the business school, a lot of the classes were discussion based. We actually did a lot of hands-on projects and group activities that I really liked. So you really need to know what is it that you want to study, and does the school have that? And number 2, how do I learn best? Because you really want to take advantage of everything that you get at the school because you are paying for the school. It's a form of investment. You want to expand your knowledge and your skill set. So keep that in mind. And for those students who are not quite sure what they want to major in, then also look into whether that school offers a variety of majors that you might want to consider, and also look into whether they allow double majoring or triple majoring or major minor option. Some schools love providing students with that kind of an option, whereas in some schools don't. For example, Rice University, they really pride themselves in having double major programs. So students would double major in different areas, and they love when students do that. Whereas in some schools, they have a specific requirement that you need to meet, which disables you to do multiple majors and tap into different interests. So definitely check that out as well before you add a college into your list. So know what you want, because after all, you're really going to college for yourself. And if your college preference is being affected by other people's opinions or what other people are telling you what to do, that really doesn't make sense if you think about it, because they're not the ones going to college, you are. So I would encourage you to take out a piece of paper, write down your academic and personal preferences, and make sure that whatever's on your college list represents just that. My second tip for you is to create a college list that's balanced out. So what I mean by this is some students are like, I want to apply to all the Ivy Leagues and I don't care if I get rejected. I just want to apply everywhere and see what happens. You're going to burn yourself out, right? We always have to remember that it's quality over quantity. And so the way that I help my students out with this process is we create a college list and we categorize it by 4 factors. I'm sure you've heard of this, and the phrasing could be a little bit different, but we categorize it by dream, reach, possible, and safety. And the way that we come up with this category is by using 3 factors. Number 1, your GPA. Number 2, your SAT or ACT score. And number 3, the number of your AP classes or honor courses. So using those 3 factors, we create a list where the student has a couple of Ivy Leagues, top tier, possible, and a few safety. And when you create a list this way, you are really preventing yourself from thinking and wondering like, am I gonna get in somewhere? Because you will. Because once the list is balanced out, you don't have to worry too much about that. And obviously, our goal is always to get into dream and reach schools like Ivy Leagues and top tier, but it's good to have possible and safety because you just never know what could happen. Another reason why I really enjoy this process is because some students will get into an Ivy League or a top tier school, but because the possible school offered them a more generous scholarship or some sort of a grant, they decided to go for that. And when I was at USC, I had a classmate where she said she got into Harvard, but she went to USC because USC gave her a full ride. And so you really want to create a balanced college list, and usually in terms of how many, because this is a question that I get a lot, I would encourage from 10 to 15. My tip number 3 is for you to list out 3 specific reasons why you would like to attend this school. And to be honest with you, I didn't do that when I was going to UCLA. I thought it was a good school, it was prestigious, I would feel accepted, I will feel smart, all of these external ridiculous reasons. And that's why I had to make the move. So for you to not make that mistake that I made, I really encourage you to list out 3 specific reasons why you would like to go to this school. Because this is an investment, and once you go, you're there for 3, 4, 5 years, depending on your curriculum. So just make sure that you're honest about why you want to go and what your specific reasons are. And this is really going to help you out with your supplemental essays as well, because they'll ask you, hey, why do you want to come to our school? Hey, why do you want to major in business, right? So keep that in mind so that you know from the bottom of your heart why you would like to go to these schools. And if your reason is not specific enough or it's not really coming from you, you definitely want to rethink this. My tip number 4 for you is to network with the college admission officers at the school you are considering applying. So what I mean by network is to really reach out and ask some questions. You might think that the website has a lot of information, but to be honest, there could be more questions that you could ask to truly assess whether this school would be a good fit for you or not. So I encourage my students to ask 2 to 3 questions every time they send them an email, just so that you get to know more about the program, the system, the curriculum, the clubs, the internship opportunities, all of those things that you're gonna need when you are reaching a certain level of your college years. So make sure to send emails, to network, to ask questions, and truly get to know the school above and beyond what the website offers. My last tip for you as to whether your colleges are gonna make your final list or not is to visit the school. There is nothing better than actually seeing the campus, seeing the adjacent neighborhoods and the surrounding areas to truly assess whether the school would be a good fit for you or not. Yes, you are going to college to study, but you're also going there to live for 4 or 5 years, and it's gonna become your life. So it's really important to visit. One of the tips that I love giving to my students is that when you do visit, I want you to speak with 3 current students who are just hanging around and just eating lunch, or someone you could politely go up to and ask, I am thinking about applying to the school. I have a few questions. Would you mind sharing some perspective with me? And you can also ask them, what is the best thing about this school? What is something that you don't like about the school, which is something we don't talk about a lot. So just keep that in mind and reach out to the current students who are attending and collect as many information as possible, because that's also going to give you a good feeling. And if you can talk to someone who is going to the school and majoring in something that you are thinking about majoring in, that's even better. So many students get good, valuable information from current students more than a website or a blog or YouTube or any of those things. I know this is a YouTube channel, but there's nothing better than actually speaking with a current student there. Another recommendation is for you to sit in some of the classes that you are most likely going to take if you do get accepted. So for example, since I majored in business, what I would encourage my students to do is to sit in one of their econ classes, marketing classes, communications classes, and see how they are taught and whether you really like that or not. Obviously, you're not going to be able to make the best decision just by seeing these classes and sitting in these classes, but you will feel a sense of intuition or this heart-centered decision that, I see myself here. I really like the energy here. I love the environment here. And, I checked out these classes. I spoke with the current students. I love it. And so ultimately your decision is going to come from your gut feeling, not from all the facts you have, but having the facts, visiting, reaching out, and really listing out your preferences academically and personally is going to just give you a holistic view of which colleges are going to make it to your list or not. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create your college list. These are the tips that really help my students narrow down their college list, and I hope that you can use this starting today. As you know, we have a lot of free resources. We have our Facebook group, Conquer College Admissions, the same name as this channel, and we have thousands of members in there, just building a community, a relationship, helping each other out. I also host free trainings and challenges in there as well, so make sure to check it out. We'll leave the link below. We also have our podcast, the Mystifying College Admissions podcast, and we have guest experts, and I also do solo episodes on college admissions, mindset, staying healthy, motivated, all of the things that you probably need, because this process is stressful, and I just want to give you a huge warm hug for always trying to learn and improve your college admissions journey so that you can get accepted into a place where you're really going to thrive and be successful. Yeah, so check those resources out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, but I'll be back here with another video next week. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.